Welcome back to Tales of Truth, where we tell the truth about veterinary medicine. I'm Dr. Angie, and this is JoJo, veterinary nurse extraordinaire. And today we are talking about CBD.
Yes.
All things CBD. We have no script.
I'm a little worried about this, but we talk CBD every day.
We feel so confident about CBD, we didn't even plan what we were going to talk about.
Yep. I mean,
Because
I did pull CBD products and they are sitting on my desk because we're
that's
talking CBD.
that's
I mean, look,
preparation.
look behind me.
Yeah,
Look
that's
at
true.
my office smells like CBD. It's kind of amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, let's start with how people might use CBD. So if you're listening to this because you are thinking that your dog or cat might benefit from CBD, let's talk about why and how we use it. But let's start with cats.
Okay. Let's start with cat.
I feel like we always start with dogs. I love CBD for cats because cats don't have as much pain control
Uh-huh.
as dogs do. And so even though now we have Silencia, which is a great injectable drug to help with arthritis in cats, I feel like CBD has been life-changing for so many cats with pain.
Yeah, I would
And
agree with
so,
you.
yeah. And so if you have a senior cat, I mean, pretty much cats over the age of 12, I feel like they all have some level of arthritis. And unfortunately, they're not going to show it immediately like dogs do. They just become less active and it's easier to not notice that. So I feel like all cats over 12 should be on CBD.
Uh-huh.
And cats with seizures. We like to use it
Uh-huh.
for cats with anxiety. I like to use it with cats with chronic upper respiratory or herpes infections. I've
Uh,
had some great results there, like surprisingly great. What else do we use CBD for kitties?
we use them for our
Yeah,
kitties.
to help reduce inflammation,
Uh-huh.
help increase serotonin, help kitties just feel happier, feel better as they age.
Yeah. We're
Deal with
we're
stress.
um we have quite a few cat parents who are using it for inner cat aggression in the household.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I think it's great for that. I know that I take CBD and it helps increase my thought quality over time. It
Uh-huh.
just smooths everything out. So my thoughts just aren't as anxious.
Yeah. I mean, that was a lot of things to use it for. It's just overall an anti-inflammatory.
And then what do we use it for dogs?
A lot of the same things that you just mentioned:
Yeah.
anxiety,
So big for
inflammation,
anxiety. Yeah.
pain,
Arthritis,
happy vet visits, happy grooming visits.
thunderstorm phobia. Although if your dog has really bad thunderstorm phobia, it's not enough by itself.
Yep.
It's never enough. Here's what I want to say. It's never enough for post-operative pain. I've had a few
Mm,
people try to be like, I'm not going to use the NSAIDs and the narcotics you gave me. I'm just going to use CBD. And that is inhumane. It's not that good. It's
right.
good.
For pain
It's good.
management, I would say that's true.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Yep.
we don't see a lot of dogs with kidney disease, so it's not really front and
No.
center.
And the other thing that I feel like I don't know, I haven't seen regularly stellar results for dogs and cats with inflammatory bowel disease.
Right.
People will report with their cats like, "Oh no, this really helps my cat with IBD," and I believe them, but I don't use it regularly as a frontline,
Huh.
although it can help with nausea. And so maybe I should, but I don't use it for that. So when people ask me, "Should I use it for that?" I use other things first, but
Right. I mean,
yeah.
I think if you think about the things that you would use it for as a human, we're using it for a lot of the same things
Yeah.
in our animal systems, like increasing appetite, especially in
Mhm.
our senior patients or our cancer patients. We are definitely seeing that.
The other thing you could use it for is if your dog got into marijuana.
Oh, that's right.
Because it kicks
Yeah.
the, THC out of the receptor. And
Right.
so this is good to know. Like if your dog accidentally got high, give him a high dose of CBD and it will lessen.
Which is a great segue into CBD is not THC, and CBD is not giving your dog or cat hallucinogenic episodes.
Right. So let's talk about cannabis. Cannabis includes both hemp and marijuana. So you don't know, you can say like, hemp derived CBD or marijuana derived CBD, but really we're using hemp because we have to have less than 0.3% THC in our products because we're not getting animals high. We're not using THC for animals. And we call it CBD, But really, there are a lot of different, we call them phytocannabinoids.
I love that word.
I know it is for the endocannabinoid system, which is a whole system in our body that we just didn't ever really learn about, but has like receptors and it's very complicated. And we know more about it now. Basically, we call it CBD. So it gets all the good PR, but there's CBN, there's CBG. There are all these different compounds in hemp that are therapeutic. And so CBD just gets all the good press. And so now we just say CBD, but we don't even know if that's like the main player.
Right, right. Well, and I know that we do get this question a lot. Well, people want to just give their own THC product, especially now that marijuana has become legal in so many states.
Yeah.
Is there a reason that somebody wouldn't want to give? Because I mean, there's that science that some of the THC components actually are beneficial. But in cats and dogs, we're not talking about the same thing.
Right. So the marijuana, I don't know, advocates will tell you CBD and all those other phytocannabinoids aren't going to be as good without the THC. And they call it the entourage effect. They're better together. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. But it doesn't matter because dogs have so many more THC receptors in their body that what would get us comfortably high is devastating for them. And we just don't have enough studies to use, and they're coming and they will come, but we don't have enough studies to use THC in dogs and cats. Now, cats aren't quite as sensitive to THC, but I also think it's really unfair to get your dog or cat high purposefully. Because getting high for some animals and individuals is really uncomfortable, right? Like for you, JoJo, you're like, that is
anxious. It makes me so anxious. It's awful.
Right.
I can't imagine having that happen to me without my consent. Yeah.
So we're not doing that.
No.
We're
And
not.
if it happens by accident, that's okay. Like, I mean, if your dog got a pot brownie,
yes,
we're probably more worried about what kind of chocolate was in the brownie.
Yes. Like you're not a bad person if your dog accidentally gets into your THC. We're not mad at you, but we are not happy if you are regularly giving your dog THC. We think that is not an okay thing to do.
Very fair.
Inhumane.
And we don't know how many receptors cats have. They seem to have a better tolerance than dogs.
We
But
do
still,
know.
oh, we do.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
have a similar amount to us.
Okay.
So and the thing is, cats just make better life choices anyways. So they're not getting into the brownies or getting into the weed, you know? But if they do, they're just not as high.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we still are not advocating for giving your cat THC.
Absolutely not. Because they might have a really anxious time. Like, don't do it. It's just no way to live. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Stick to the CBD.
Yeah. Stick to the CBD.
Palatability is something that we get a lot of questions about. Like, there's no way my cat's going to take a CBD oil. And I get that because most products are pretty skunky if they don't have a lot of additives. I can't imagine most cats would be like, yes, give me that. So we have a product that we carry partially because it's so palatable for cats. It's designed with cats in mind. It's made with an MCT oil and just no other additives, which I love.
Right.
No other flavorings. And it's so concentrated that the average 10-pound kitty's therapeutic dose is 1 drop, not 1 dropper. A single drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really easy to disguise in food you have a trick with the freeze-dried treat, right? You just put your drop on a little freeze-dried treat.
Freeze-dried treat. Because when you're giving cats CBD and they're already picky eaters, what you don't want them to do is you put it on their food and then they're like, oh, I hate this and now I hate my food. Very dramatic that way. And so I always try to protect the food unless you know your cat will eat anything. And so I just put it on a freeze-dried treat because it's porous and it will just absorb the oil. And I feel like most cats eat the CBD we sell. Don't you think?
It's very, very rare that somebody is like, my cat won't take this. Because either we can get a creative solution in terms of sometimes it's rotating treats. Like they catch on after a while. Wait, I don't want this freeze-dried treat anymore. Just change the freeze-dried treat. Or sometimes a little tuna, something smelly. But it really doesn't have a big smell to it. And some of the times when I have gotten those calls, people have been giving a dropper because they think it's just, when you go to the market for CBD, that is the typical dose is 1 milliliter. is a dose.
Yeah, let's talk about that. But first, what I
Yeah.
want to say is if you do buy CBD for your cat from us and your
Yeah.
cat won't eat it, we will take it back.
Yes, we
And
will.
not everyone does that, but we don't want you to be stuck with a bottle that your cat won't eat. And so we'll take it back. But let's talk about all the other products on the market.
Yeah, there's so many. There are
So
so many.
many.
I feel on the weekly, somebody will send what CBD product they're using, and it's a new one to me.
Yeah.
There's so many out there with
And
really, really cute marketing, I will say.
I know that the marketing is good and most of the products are bad.
Yeah.
I hate
What
to
makes a
say that.
product bad? What makes a product bad?
I'm gonna just have a mean girl moment. I really hate saying negative things about other people's stuff, but I won't name any names, but so many of the products are not concentrated enough.
Uh,
And so people buy them because they're less expensive, but they're
uh-huh.
not equal. So they're not very concentrated. And then people will give a dose that's usually underdosing their animal. And they're like, oh, well,
Oh,
CBD
yeah.
didn't work. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah. That is so common.
yeah. Like our stuff has 1 milligram per drop. And now there are other products out there that also have that same concentration, but there are the majority of the products that don't. And
Yeah.
then they'll be like, oh, but it's bacon flavored. Yeah, it's bacon flavored, but you have to give your cat 2 milliliters or 2 dropperfuls. And it's never going to happen
Yeah, and twice a day, because most dosing should be done twice a
twice a
day,
day. Yeah.
and it should be given I just am throwing this in there as a, you know, tidbit. It's better given with a fatty snack or with a meal, which makes it
Yeah.
more bioavailable. So just
Yeah.
putting I hear a lot of people just squeeze it into their mouth because that's gonna be the most effective way to get in a full milliliter.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Also, don't do that because your cat or dog's gonna hate that. Unless, I
they
mean,
hate it.
sometimes they're forgiving. I know there's that
Well, if it's bacon
exception.
flavor, I can get why that is appealing, right? I think
I
but I see that
guess.
often that our price point for it's a little tiny bottle. I mean, if you can see this little bottle if you're watching on YouTube,
Yeah.
it looks tiny, but there's 450 doses in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It
that's a
lasts a
lot.
long time. Yeah.
And
And it's high
that's
quality.
yeah. So
Oh, the other thing we should
yeah,
say,
what should we say?
put it in the refrigerator.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing, the other text or email we get is like, I left it out overnight. Is it still
Yep.
okay? Yes, it's still okay. But because the products we sell are so concentrated, unless you have a big dog, they're going to last you a long time. And so
Uh-huh.
we're going to help keep that oil fresh and
Yep.
therapeutic if you put it in the refrigerator. And it has less smell if it's cold.
Well, and
Mm.
I've had this question. So what we have is an organic. So the marijuana plant or the hemp plant is grown organically, and then you can get a COA or a analysis
Yeah.
that shows what we can get that on each batch or that says, is there any residue from the distilling process or there's just a lot that goes into it before it becomes an oil. So you want to
Yeah, you want to know. So usually they'll use ethanol to extract it. So you can either use CO2 or ethanol. For a while, CO2 was like really in, and now maybe ethanol's better. That's fine. They do their thing. But if they're using ethanol, you just want to make sure that there's no residue of
Mhm.
that left over. And that's what the certificate of analysis, the COA, is going to tell you. Like we tested for all the chemicals and to make sure that they are not present. And so that's really important
And
because
test it for pesticides as well.
for pesticides, yeah, to make sure it really is organic. And that's important. It's probably less important for us as, we all usually weigh over 100 pounds. But, when you have a 10-pound cat, even
Mhm.
residue of pesticide or extraction agents can be problematic.
Right,
So,
so if you're shopping CBDs, that's something I would ask from the company. Can I get a
mhm.
certificate of analysis?
Yep.
Because that's just transparency.
Yes,
Mm.
absolutely. And if you ever want ours, we have one for every batch.
Uh-huh.
And so we're happy to provide that for you because it's important.
Okay, so on a high level, what things are they watching out for as they're shopping for CBDs? So they're watching out for
Concentration.
pesticides? Go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, concentration. If it's not concentrated, it's going to be really a pain because you're going to have to buy big bottles. You're going to have to buy them more frequently. And then the dose is going to be actually like larger. And so that's the first thing I look for. And then you want to see what their sourcing is, their certificate of analysis. I would say those are the two most important things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what other ingredients? Because a lot of them are just have so many added ingredients that are just bulking up the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's great because it's easy. You can go anywhere. You could grab CBD probably in the local gas station at this point.
Really?
I bet. I mean,
how do they
maybe not
process
for
credit
pets.
cards? Yeah.
So, I mean, but it just seems like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
No, just be aware that not everything, they can look super, super, super cute. I'm telling you. Some of them, I'm like, I want to buy that because that bottle's so cute.
Yeah. Or it says like for dogs, or it is bacon flavored, or, it's got, and I'm not saying that all CBD products besides the ones we use are bad. It's just that a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that said, we do have bacon flavored treats. We have them made in treat form. Yeah. And cats. And I think it's chicken liver flavor for dogs.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I like those. The only thing I don't like about those is that it's more expensive per drop of CBD.
So much more expensive.
Yeah.
But more fun to give.
Try them both.
My dogs love them. So.
Yeah. Okay. So
what
if
else?
Someone comes to our website right now, and maybe by the time this actually gets released, is our new website going to be up? When are we releasing this episode? Do you know?
In the next few weeks.
Okay. Well, pretty soon, after this is released, we'll have a new website. And so when you go to our website, I think we should talk about the different CBD products we have, because it can be really confusing to know which one. And so I'm just going to make it easy for you.
Okay. What do you want to start with?
If you have a cat, you are going to get the HempRx Feline drops. That's what you're going to get. You're not going to get any of the other ones. You're going to start with that one. You're going to make sure your cat likes it. If your cat doesn't like it, order the chews. And if you want to just be fun, order the chews too. But the thing about the chews is, while they taste good, they're less economical. And maybe now I'm like all about the economics of everything.
I think we're all about economics. You're not alone.
Yes. And so you can even get both and try them out, but don't do anything but those two.
Okay.
If you have a cat. So those are the only two products you're seeing. If you have a small dog, 10 pounds or less, also just get the HempRx Feline.
Do not be offended by the word feline. The products will come and they will say feline. That is a marketing.
Yeah.
That is a marketing ploy.
Yes. So sorry about that, but get that. It's just going to be the best fit. If you have a medium to large breed dog, get the HempRx Forte. That is the best product. It's going to have 1 gram of CBD, 1 milligram of CBD. You're like, not 1 gram, no. 1 milligram of CBD per drop in there. And how many mils does it have in there?
Well, it has 1,800 drops. So it's 60 mil.
Yeah. 60 mil. Okay. So that's going to last you a long time. Put it in the refrigerator. Now, we do have another product just called HempRx. And may
I go back to the Forte?
Let's go back to the Forte. Okay.
Also great for multi-pet household.
Yes.
So if you have multiple pets on CBD, go with that big bottle.
Yes.
Okay.
We have another product called just HempRx.
It's like the stepsister.
I know. It was like the first gen. It's like buying the first gen of whatever. Yeah. It has 0.5 milligram of CBD per drop. The reason why we still have it is because people have it on subscription. It is less expensive and it looks like a better deal. It's not a better deal.
Not a better deal.
If for some reason your animal won't eat any other ones, you can just send them back. So just start with either the HempRx Feline or the HempRx Forte. And if you really want to get just the regular HempRx, get it. You're just going to need twice as much.
Yeah. I can't think of a situation which is best utilized.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I think it's on its phase out.
It's on its phase out, but we have so many people on subscription with it and they're happy with it and it's working for them. It's still a great product. The other ones are just better.
Yep.
So.
Well, and we have for big dogs.
For big dogs, a soft
I like these for the situations in which we're headed to the groomer or my dog's been restless at night. Something that I just need when I need it simple.
Yes. It has 3 milligrams per treat. And so if you have a big dog, you have to use several treats to get a therapeutic dose. And so once again, it's a great way to administer. It's not the most cost effective, but it is very tasty. Have we ever had a dog not eat those?
No, I've never had a return on them.
Yeah. No one's ever returned. Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty
Mhm.
moist and chewy. They look pretty
Yeah.
good.
They're pretty stinky.
Yep. Okay,
Okay.
so lots of options because it can feel overwhelming, and it doesn't have
Yes.
to be overwhelming. And we will send you a dosing chart when you order, so
Hmm.
you can figure out dosing, or, we can help you with that too. So,
Okay.
yeah. I do have one thing because it can be a little confusing on this. The HempRx Forte is a broad spectrum, and the
Mm.
HempRx Feline is a full spectrum.
Yes.
And that feels a little confusing.
Right. So the full spectrum means it has trace amounts of THC. The
Mm.
broad spectrum means there's no THC detectable in the sample. And the reason why the cat one, the cat product, or X
Uh-huh.
feline has it is because cats are not sensitive to THC. Now, 99.99% of all dogs are not going to be sensitive enough to THC for a broad spectrum product to bother them. So if they get trace amounts of THC, they're not going to get high. But some people worry. And
Uh-huh.
so for that reason, we have one that has just no THC, not detectable.
Right. And the THC that we're talking about is still under the 0.3%. That still makes this a legal CBD product that we
Yes.
can ship to any state. So
No one's getting high.
no one is.
Yeah.
No, I can take it and I feel just fine.
Just fine.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm super sensitive. So,
Okay. One more question that people have before we wrap it up
yeah.
is, can I use CBD with other medications?
Oh,
We get
yeah,
this
that's a good one.
all the time. And yes, you can use this. I can't think of a medication that you wouldn't be able to use this with. I can think of one situation where if you had your dog on all these medications that increase serotonin, like trazodone, Prozac, all of these other things, and then you added a whopping dose of CBD, there is a theoretical chance, I don't know if that's a word, theoretical chance that they could have serotonin syndrome. But by the time you're using trazodone and Prozac, you should be talking to your doctor about everything. So, I mean, your veterinarian is likely not going to know if drugs interact with CBD because most veterinarians don't know a lot about hemp-derived CBD. But what we have seen in clinical practice is that we haven't seen any interactions between heart meds and CBD, between psych meds and CBD, between blood pressure medications and CBD, between thyroid medications and CBD. We have not seen that. There are theoretical kind of interactions for some drugs that we have not seen actually come true in real life. And so there are no drugs that I use in my practice that make me feel like using CBD with it is off limits.
That's fantastic because people do get nervous, one, that they can overdose on
Yes.
it. And the studies that have been done on it are at a much higher. There is so much wiggle room in the dosage. The studies
Oh,
are done at
yeah.
really significantly higher doses than we're ever going to tell you to use.
Right. Oh my gosh, they're so high. The pharmacokinetic studies where we look at how much CBD we have to give to reach certain levels in the blood,
Huh.
the doses they use, I'm like, are those beagles in the lab just having constant diarrhea?
Right? Like, because
Because
that's the main side effect we're
what?
going to see, right? Yes.
Yeah. So if you were to overdose, like if your dog were to get in and eat the whole bottle of HempRx, I imagine there would be some diarrhea. I know that when I take 50 milligrams of CBD on an empty stomach, sometimes it makes me nauseous. But I mean,
Right.
that's also a big whopping dose, and I get nauseous all the time. But so I feel like every once in a while we'll see some GI side effects, but for the most part, you're probably not going to notice anything. But that is an expensive event for your
Right.
dog to take the whole bottle.
Well, and I think people worry also because there's studies that have come out on the human side about how it can cause liver disease or fluctuations in liver enzymes.
That was on the dog side that they came out. So we know,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so some dogs had elevated liver enzymes at a very high dose initially, but we suspect that that falls off. And
Mm,
so no one's using those types of doses in practice. And so we tend not to worry.
Right. And
Yeah.
overall, we just see we have a consistent consumer or a customer base because it's working.
Yes.
So many people are coming in because their dog's seizures are managed or they're not having to be on such high doses of their seizure medications. Yeah, we have to be careful what claims we make, even though we see it happening in real life.
Right. We can say what we're actually seeing happening. But we can't say that things, the CBD treats epilepsy, which I think is fair because you probably need to be also using medications.
Mhm.
And that's all on a case by case basis
Right. So
anyways.
if
But
you have a question whether CBD would be a good fit for your cat or dog, we'd be happy to answer that.
yeah,
Put your question in the comment or
or if you want me to look at your pet's medical
Mhm.
records, go to our website, boulderholisticvet.com, go to consultations, online consultations, and you can book a time with me and I can review everything. We can go over everything your pet is taking and whether or not CBD would be good to add to their regimen and how much to give.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. I
Okay.
think that
I think we
CBD in
did.
a nutshell.
CBD in a nutshell. Okay, but do leave us a review and leave us a question in the comments wherever you're watching this. We want to know how you feel about what we're doing
Oh,
and what you'd like us to talk about.
yeah. Okay. Are we gonna drop a freebie in this episode?
We should drop a freebie. Okay,
Okay. That's
on our
okay.
website, you can go to courses, and we have courses about all kinds of things from vomiting cats to natural parasite control. I
Itchy
mean,
dogs.
itchy dogs, all the things. And they're $97, but you can get one for free using the code.
Da, da, da.
Was it Truth Tales?
Truth tales.
Truth Tales. I always
Yeah.
forget it, and JoJo has to remind me. You can spell tails however you want, but get that course.
Yeah. You'll learn a lot. We hope you'll learn a lot.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
No.
Until next time when we cover what's next.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.